Okay.
So it's been, so that's interesting to do. It's fun. People seem to accept it. I mean, I come on and I say that I was writing songs before 10cc came into existence in '72, and we'd like to do some of those songs for you tonight.
Yeah.
So that they're out of so the 10cc set is almost pure 10cc.
I understand. And I understand also why you are touring with the 10cc songs, because there's a demand for it, like you would say yourself.
There is.
But your own songbook is so interesting from an artistic point of view, I think, and from an historic point of view, because it illustrates an era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll keep this if I may.
Okay.
And you'll be the first to know if it happens.
All right.
Do you know? Here's the thing, though. When I first started, when Eric and I sort of the second incarnation of Mark II 10cc, we never really got going. But I started doing gigs on my own with Rick, and it was before Mick, and just as sort of an acoustic thing. And it was really a lot of Graham Gouldman stuff with a smattering of 10cc stuff.
Right.
But the balance shifted because of the way it felt and demand. You know, so the fact is that the 10cc people don't know songwriters.
No.
Really, the general public, they don't know who wrote what, but they know that 10cc did I'm Not in Love and Dread Like Holiday and Things We Do for Love.
But you know, with those songs of you, it's just like wine. The older they get, the better they taste.
That's very nice of you to say so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like Tellyman. I'm completely into Tellyman at this moment.
It's very funny, isn't it? How
that's such a great song.
Yeah. A lot of the time, you just don't know what you're doing. Like, you just do it, and it's there. But I'll tell you, one thing I do appreciate more and more, and in a way, my dad didn't get as much. He was very happy with the situation that, you know, he helped me with lyrics and came up with titles and, well, you know. I realise how lucky I was to have had him living in the same house.
Because he helped you out.
I write something, I go, what do you think of that? I go, yeah, let me have a look at that lyric. No, blah, blah. It was great. Or he'd come up with the lyric. I mean, the beginning of Bus Stops.
Yeah. But that song Tellyman, it sounds like if it would have been made tomorrow, it would be a hit next weekend.
Well, it's hard for me to... I mean, I know that the songs, the old songs particularly that I sing, people love them. I mean, particularly here in Holland, like No Milk Today, there's always you feel a massive response to it. Okay,
but tell me something more about Tellyman, the guitar intro. Was that your idea or is that Jeff Beck's?
Jeff Beck's.
All right.
That was Jeff Beck's.
Because that's great. It's simple, it's straight, but it works.
Yeah, it's great.
And that is the fact with more of your songs. They are simple, they are straight, so they work. But how hard, how difficult is simple?
Well, someone said, and I'm not using this, applying this to myself, but a genius has very few working parts. But I suppose it's not hard, because there's nothing, if you're a songwriter, it's a gift. So you just do. You don't, it doesn't take like, you might think a lot about lyrics. Well, I have to, it's harder for me. But with music, it's when the song is flowing, it's like you didn't write it. It's like it already existed in your head, and you're kind of chasing it as it comes out.
All right, but when you are making songs, or when you made songs in the old days, there has never been a moment that you thought, oh no, Graham, too many notes? No,
because I'm my own governor.
You are your own governor?
Yeah, so I just do what pleases me, like with everything. Same with 10cc, every record we made, we never made it for anybody else but ourselves, which is the way it should be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're going, I wonder what the charts are doing now, maybe we should have this sort of thing in, or that instrument, or that, you know, it's a road to disaster.
Yeah. And another part of the charm of your 60s songs are the observations of the daily life in the UK, in the pre-hippie era, so to say.
Yeah.
Bus Stop, No Milk Today, Uncle Joe, Pawnbroker, Tellyman. Those are all scenes and personages.
It's nice to be out in the morning, is it?
And scenes and personages from a well-ordered world.
A well-ordered world,
Yeah.
you say, yeah?
Well-ordered world. Was that the world you were living in at
Yes.
that time? Yeah.
Yes. I had a very secure upbringing. We weren't. It's a loving family. I think that's, well, your foundations are affect everything else in your life.
Yeah.
And also, I was encouraged.
Yeah.
It was positive stuff, and it was obvious I had a gift, and the gift was nurtured. You know, a lot of my contemporaries were expected to go to university or become professionals, and I fortunately, in a way, I was very blinkered. I only saw music, and I never studied. I went to a dreadful school, and I got lucky in the fact that I got the sack, and I'd met Harvey Lisberg, who managed me and still manages me.
Yeah.
Not as much, but to an extent. And he was there to say, "This is great." Everyone else was going, "Oh my God, you've lost your job." But he said, "This is a good opportunity now. You can write songs all the time." And like within 6 months, I'd had a hit. So.
But the well-ordered world from the 60s has changed quite a bit.
Yes.
How is the world for you or to you today?
Well, there's lots of things I'm not happy with about the world. And a lot of it has to do with the way that you're brought up and what you're taught, and I'm not talking about being strict or anything, but I'm talking about having respect for people and respect for yourself, of course, as well.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of young people that aren't respectful. I don't expect everybody to be wonderful all the time. I'm realistic. But I think I came from a more ordered, sounds a bit hard and sort of not very cool, but we managed. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we did what we wanted to do.
But you have always been a gentleman yourself.
I hope I have been. Yeah. I hope I am, yes.
It seems to me that you find that important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
And I expect it of myself, and I expect it of others.
Yeah.